Hello. Thank you very much for stopping by this amazing podcast. If you watch or listen to this podcast, you'll be one of the few, or maybe even less than a few, a couple, or even one that watch this video podcast. So consider yourself a true hero. Also, you can brag to your friends or family or whatever, co-workers or whatever, that you actually tuned on this video. Thank you again for stopping by the video podcast. You all have a great day now.
My thoughts on white privilege. My thoughts on white privilege go like this. White privilege, is it a myth? I don't know. It all depends on the individual, I guess. If someone's, I don't know, suppose somebody is dying from a disease that they're in pain every day. That my point is, at the end of the day, no one gets out alive. So to be privileged because in a way that's kind of, to sit there and say, well, you have white privilege. It can be kind of offensive, but I'm not the offended type. I rarely get offended because I know that the only way to get through life is to have a little comedy and not to take too seriously life. White privilege it's one of those things where it's really silly. You think about it. I mean, individuals, we all have accountability. I'm not going to get away with things. If I did something wrong, I will be held accountable. I think in the world, it's not even so much white privilege. It just goes back to the accountability factor. The accountability factor is absolutely crazy. Everybody likes to point the finger, and I try not to. And some things, it may come across as someone pointing the finger, but they're just analyzing or examining the situation. White privilege, I guess it all depends. I think it's more, to me, it's not white privilege. It's if someone has like lots of money, they buy their way out, or it's who privilege. If you know somebody and you know enough people, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to eventually, you might be able to get away with things. And it can be subtle too, small ways of individuals that have, individuals that know somebody, and they're able to buy their way out of, say, a traffic ticket or something. For example, I don't want to sound sexist, but I think if you're like, if a cop pulls over a very attractive 25-year-old lady, a she/her lady that's very attractive, they have privilege of probably getting out of a traffic stop. If it's a guy like me, I'm gonna get a ticket. Definitely. And like these individuals, the terrible events that happen with these individuals that are very, aggressive with the police. They don't, like I say, they're not gonna get away with it, or they're of course not. If you're aggressive, you treat the police well, they'll treat you well. It doesn't matter who you are. And of course, there's always exceptions, but, and I'm not trying to sit there and say, well, what about this guy? What about this person? I can't go by that. But generally, the far majority of time, individuals that have, that are just follow order, will be more successful in life. There's a lot of individuals out there that are not, they're very combative. Not regardless of race or regardless of what you look like, they're just combative, and then they end up being um, they don't end up being successful, or have good endeavors in life. This life is a death trap anyway. I mean, we all have mortality, and that's just it. I take it like this. I go through my life going, anything can happen. Tomorrow's never promised, and that is the bottom line. And that is certainly not privilege, regardless of what race somebody is. It's very easy to not have accountability, and it's very easy to point the finger to somebody else. I think part of it is self accountability. And yeah, thank you very much for stopping by the channel. Y'all have a great day now.